Hello, and welcome back to ADU Adventures, Building in the Backyard. I'm James, your host, and if you've been with me through this journey, you already know we've covered lots of topics like zoning and construction laws, smart design, finance, and how to best utilize an ADU as a great investment. But there's one thing we haven't covered yet, something that's just as important as getting your ADU built in the first place and making that investment. How do you keep your ADU in great shape? Because here's the truth. An ADU is a home, just like your main house. And homes require care, whether you're living in it yourself, using it as a guest space, or for family, or renting it out. Regular maintenance is the key to keeping it comfortable, energy efficient, problem-free, and to protect your investment. Too often homeowners build an ADU, move in, and then forget about maintenance until something goes wrong. But by the time a problem becomes noticeable, it's usually a lot bigger or more expensive to fix. Today we're going to break down some of the essentials of ADU maintenance. The simple routines that keep everything running smoothly, the small issues that can turn into big ones, and a real-life story or two of a homeowner who barely avoided a disaster by catching a problem just in time. So if you want to protect your investment, save money, and avoid unnecessary headaches down the road, stick with me. This episode is packed with useful tips, so let's get started. ADUs are a lot smaller than full-sized homes, which means that even minor maintenance issues can escalate quickly. A tiny leak under the sink, well, that can turn a wood floor into a rotten, moldy, and expensive water-damaged mess. A clogged vent, suddenly you're dealing with poor air circulation through the entire structure. So what should you be keeping an eye on? First, plumbing. Water can be one of the biggest threats to any home, and your ADU is no exception. Slow drip under the sink might not seem like a big deal, but over time it can lead to a major problem. Every few months, take a look under your sinks. Check around your toilet and inspect the water heater for any signs of moisture. If you notice puddles, discoloration, or musty smells, address it right away before it turns into something serious. Next, we've got heating and cooling. If your ADU has its own HVAC system, changing the air filters every few months is one of the easiest things you can do to keep it running efficiently. When filters get clogged with dust and debris, your system has to work harder, which not only increases your energy bills, but also shortens the lifespan of the unit in general. And speaking of energy efficiency, check your doors and windows for drafts. Even a small gap can significantly affect heating and cooling. Adding a little bit of weather stripping can make a big difference, keeping your ADU warm in the winter and cool in the summer without overworking your HVAC system. Let's be honest, no one really loves doing maintenance. It's one of those things that are easy to push to the bottom of your to-do list until something actually breaks. But here's the good news. If you get into a simple routine, you can avoid most of the big expensive problems. One of the easiest habits to adopt: walk through your ADU every few months with a critical eye. Look for small but telling signs. Are there tiny cracks forming in the foundation? Do you see moisture building up near the windows? Is the bathroom fan making an unusual noise? You don't have to be a professional inspector to spot potential problems. Just paying attention can help catch things early. Another simple but crucial habit: test your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. It only takes 30 seconds. Push the button. You're good. If it doesn't, replace the batteries immediately. And if your ADU has a water heater, flush it once a year. This helps clear out sediment buildup, which can reduce efficiency and eventually cause it to fail. A well-maintained water heater will last years longer and save you money and energy bills. Now let me tell you a story about we'll call them the... Thinking about building an ADU? Well, maybe try starting here. When I first explored building an ADU, I had lots of questions. Can I even build one? What am I going to do about permits? And who can I trust to get it done? That's where Acton ADU made all the difference. For decades, we've been helping homeowners design and build projects and high-quality ADUs long before they were a trend. We know the process, from smart design to navigating permits without a hassle. More than builders, we help families plan for the future, and our 5-star reviews speak for themselves. If you're serious about an ADU, start with the right team. Get a free consultation from Acton ADU. We'll show you what's possible. Just visit actonadu.com/podcast or call 408-369-1103 and let us know how you heard about us. You won't regret it. Martinez family, because they learned the value of early maintenance the hard way. They built a 600 square foot detached ADU for their retired parents. Everything seemed perfect. Then a few years after moving in, they noticed that the floor near the kitchen sink felt a little off. Not bad, just slightly uneven. At first they ignored it. It's probably just the house settling, they thought. A few years later, still settling? Something's not right. And a few weeks after that, they spotted a small water stain along the baseboards. That's when they decided to call a plumber. A good thing they did, too. Turned out that there was a slow leak from the dishwasher hookup that had been dripping for months. Had they waited much longer, it could have led to major water damage, mold growth, and even rotting floors. But instead, because they caught it early, it was a quick and inexpensive fix. This is why paying attention to small things really matters. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Some maintenance tasks are seasonal, so it's a good idea to adjust your routine throughout the year. In the spring, check your roof and gutters for any damage from winter storms. Inspect for pests, because this is when they start looking for new places to settle. In the fall, clear out those gutters again before the rainy season hits. And test the heater early. Better to find out something's wrong before the cold weather arrives. And in the winter time, if your ADU isn't being used full time, set the thermostat to a stable temperature to prevent moisture buildup. And make sure any exposed pipes are insulated to avoid freezing. So to wrap this up, here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. A little maintenance goes a long way. Small, consistent efforts prevent expensive repairs. Catching issues early can save thousands of dollars. Paying attention to plumbing, HVAC, electrical systems, and anything that seems off to you. Seasonal check-ins make maintenance easier. A little effort in the spring, summer, fall, and winter can prevent a lot of headaches later. And if this sounds all too overwhelming to you, don't worry. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's just to stay aware. The more you pay attention, the less likely you'll be dealing with a major repair down the road. And before we go, let me tease our next episode. We'll be diving into something really exciting. Emerging trends in ADU design and technology. What's changing in the world of ADUs? How are cities making them more accessible? And what smart home technology can make an ADU even more efficient? We'll cover all that and a little bit more. So don't miss it. And if today's episode got you thinking about an ADU's long-term care or maybe getting started on an ADU project, Acton ADU is here to help. Just visit actonadu.com/podcast or give us a call at 408-369-1103 for a free consultation. Thanks for listening and good luck on your ADU journey.